Guardians down to their final out, down 2 runs. This is caught by the former Guardian. Josh Naylor helps put a bow on a Mariners win.
From MLB.com, this is the Morning Lineup Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Castrovintz. Happy September and happy Labor Day, everybody. Today is Monday, September 1st. And did you know the MLB postseason begins this month? It's true. There will be October baseball on September 30th. So with precious little time remaining on today's show, we'll take stock of the remaining races and get you caught up on everything else you need to know about baseball today. Let's begin our labor of love. Labor Day is considered by many to be the unofficial end of summer. But you and I know better, right? Because you and I are baseball fans through and through, and summer doesn't really end until the baseball season ends. That said, Labor Day is a good time to take stock of the remaining playoff races in MLB. There's temptation to assume we already know the playoff field. After all, the 12 teams in a current playoff position haven't changed at all since July 31st. But much like summer, it ain't over till it's over. With the Yankees and Red Sox both playing well of late, the Mariners slipped into the third AL wildcard slot and then over the weekend dropped the first 2 games in Cleveland against a Guardians team still trying to catch them in that wildcard race. On Sunday, the Guards had an early 2-0 lead with a chance to pull within 2 games of the M's for that spot. But then Randy Arozarena smacked a 2-run blast to the bleachers to tie it, and in the 7th inning, Julio Rodriguez came to bat with the bases loaded and 2 out.
Come set, 3-2. Ground ball over the mound. Behind the bag, Schneemann. Not in time, and the Mariners take the lead. 2 runs come home. Crawford and Young right behind him.
A replay review confirmed that Julio had beaten the throw to first, and the Mariners' ability to get 2 runners home on that infield single made the difference in a 4-2 victory. Sunday was a great day for the Mariners. Their win over the Guardians combined with the Astros' 3-0 loss to the Angels to pull them within 2 games of Houston for the AL West's top spot. The Mariners also picked up a game on the Yankees, who had seized the AL's top wildcard spot in the last week with a season-best 7-game winning streak when Aaron Judge went deep in the first inning.
Judge hammers that in the air, high and deep to left center, and there is number 358. Yogi has some company as Aaron Judge has broken into the top 5 in Yankees history.
That was the 358th home run of Judge's great career, tying him with Yogi Berra for 5th place on the Yankees' all-time list. But it was for naught in a 3-2 loss on the South Side. With the Blue Jays beating the Brewers 8-4, the Yankees fell back to 3 games behind the Jays in the AL East. The Red Sox, who are in the second AL wildcard spot, were also happy to see the Yankees finally drop one. The Red Sox, too, gained a game on their rivals, thanks in large part to what Jarren Duran did in the 5th inning at Fenway. The Sox and Pirates were tied 1-1 when Duran came up to bat with 2 aboard and 2 out and smashed a line drive to the triangle area in right center field.
And that's a shot toward the alley. Carlos in to score. It gets by the outfielders. Here comes Bregman rounding third. It goes all the way to the triangle. Another run in. Here comes Duran. He's trying to score. He's going to score all the way around.
Duran's 3-run inside the Parker proved the difference in Boston's 5-2 win, which snapped a 5-game losing streak at home. So the Red Sox are just a half game behind the Yankees for the top wildcard slot, while the Mariners are 3 back of the Yankees and 2.5 back of the Sox. Things are more straightforward in the senior circuit. The Dodgers-Padres race in the NL West remains tight, and the second-place Cubs and Mets will continue to try to chase down the first-place Brewers and Phillies in their divisions. But the 6 NL teams in playoff position actually haven't changed at all throughout the second half. The team in the best mathematical position to upset the apple cart is the Cincinnati Reds, but Terry Francona's club has struggled to get traction, going 11-15 in August, entering Sunday's play. Finally, following a team meeting Sunday morning, the Reds were tied 3-3 with the visiting Cardinals in the 5th inning when Elly De La Cruz chopped a leadoff double down the third base line, and then Austin Hayes came to bat.
Payoff. is in the air, left field. Nootbaar watches. That is gone. Two-run shot, a 5-3 Cincinnati lead.
Hayes' homer was huge in the Reds' 7-4 victory, which combined with the Mets' 5-1 home loss to the Marlins pulled Cincinnati within 4 games of New York. And that race is not over, because guess who's coming to Great American Ballpark this coming weekend? That's right, the Mets. The Reds will be pulling the tarp off a new Marty Brennaman statue during that series, and they'll also be looking to close the gap. Coming up, a playoff hero is Lehigh Valley bound. That's after the break. Walker Buehler famously emerged from the Dodgers bullpen last fall to record the final outs of the World Series, but he hasn't recorded many outs since. Signed to a 1-year deal with the Red Sox for 2025, Buehler was a disappointment. He wore number 0, but his ERA was 5.45. Boston released him last week. Still, while Buehler hasn't been the same pitcher since returning from Tommy John last year, it's hard to shake the memory of the 2-time All-Star being one of the absolute best pitchers in baseball from 2018 to 2021 and delivering 10 scoreless innings total in the LCS and World Series rounds last year. So the Phillies, having recently lost ace Zach Wheeler for the rest of the season, are taking a chance on that Buehler potentially showing up again. On Sunday, they signed the veteran right-hander to a minor league contract. He'll report to AAA Lehigh Valley, but because he joined the organization just before the calendar flipped to September, he is eligible to pitch for the Phillies in the postseason. Meanwhile, on the field, the Phillies face the Braves on Sunday Night Baseball, looking to complete a 4-game sweep. They got 6 2/3 scoreless innings from Jesus Luzardo and had a 1-0 lead going into the 8th inning, but the Braves tied it in the 8th, and in the 9th, NL Rookie of the Year candidate Drake Baldwin put Atlanta on top.
Need a base hit. Pitch on the way and a fly ball to left field. Has some carry to it. Marsh to the wall. Look it up. It's gone! Drake Baldwin just cracked the fire out of that thing to left field. It's a 2-run homer, and the Braves take a 3-1 lead in the 9th in Philly.
That homer gave the Braves a 3-1 lead they would not relinquish as Atlanta avoided the sweep. Elsewhere in MLB, the Dodgers looked pretty flat in their first 2 games against the D-backs this weekend, but in the bottom of the 9th inning Sunday afternoon at Dodger Stadium, Will Smith pinch hit with the game tied at 4 and made some magic.
Hits this ball in the air, left center field, game over! Pinch hit walk-off, Will Smith!
The Dodgers prevailed 5-4, while the Padres lost 7-2 to the Twins, bringing LA's lead in the West to 2 games. While that's the closest division race, the most lopsided division race belongs to the Tigers in the American League Central, where they lead the second-place Royals by 9.5 games after Tarek Skubal did what Tarek Skubal does in Kansas City on Sunday. Skubal's 7 scoreless innings and a 5-0 win augmented his case for his second straight AL Cy Young Award. Former Tiger Justin Verlander won't be winning his 4th career Cy Young this season, but he did do something pretty cool Sunday, striking out 10 Orioles batters in a 13-2 win for the Giants. Brandon Lau joined Ben Zobrist and Carlos Pena as the only players to hit 5 grand slams in their Rays career as Tampa Bay beat the Nats 7-4. Finally, the Rockies' Mickey Moniak walked off the Cubs with a 9th inning RBI triple in a 6-5 win. It was the second walk-off triple of this MLB season, and get this, Cubs reliever Daniel Palencia allowed both of them. Sorry for bringing that up, Daniel. That's all for today's show. If you're off work today, put your feet up and enjoy a boatload of day baseball, including the MLB.TV free game of the day when Chris Bassett and the first place Blue Jays visit Hunter Green and the Reds at 1:10 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll be back with you tomorrow. Until then, thanks for listening. Please be sure to leave us a rating and review. Share this episode with the baseball lovers in your life, and have a great Labor Day, everyone.